My story's about quitting the Boy Scouts, actually. And the Scoutmaster is this really totally stereotypical old ex-army guy, smokes a pipe, has these long socks.
Once a month, at San Francisco's Café du Nord, a loyal crowd gathers to experience one of the oldest of art forms, storytelling.
So I show up and they're like, "So what's your name, kid?" I go, Etienne. He goes, "We gotta get you a nickname." Like right off the bat. It's like, "How about Skeeter?" And I was like,
we've got some really, really fantastic stories for you tonight.
So if you've never been, this is the perfect night to have come.
Explain how it happens, how it works.
So what we do, we have tried to gather 6 people from different walks of life to each tell a 10-minute story without using notes or memorization.
Beth Lissick and Arlene Klatt are the co-hosts and founders of Porchlight, a venue for unscripted storytelling.
So, they were sponsoring it. The guy said to me, "No, we've been thinking we want to make sure that you keep your ethnicity to a minimum when you're up on stage." And I was like, "Ethnicity?" He goes, "Yeah, we got some KKK members in the audience. We don't want to offend them." And I said, "Well, I wasn't planning on doing
Tonight they're meeting to hear potential candidates for next month's performance. Finding storytellers with a combination of interesting life experiences and an unaffected, genuine delivery is easier said than done. Beth and Arlene carefully cast each Porchlight with 6 people from varied backgrounds, whose stories all address a single overarching theme. This month's theme is I Quit. Next month is Obsessions.
At the very beginning, you should say what it is about performing that feeds you, because you talked about the whoosh of the crowd.
Arlene is a freelance journalist who likens the Porchlight casting process to researching a profile. She really gets to know her storytellers.
Like, I imagine when there's a crowd there, part of the, when you're singing and stuff like that, you're going to let that kind of expand.
Beth is a columnist for SF Gate, an author, and a spoken word performer.
The hard thing is coming up with a combination of people who are not professional performers, but then also finding somebody who's comfortable enough to get up on stage and talk into a microphone in front of a packed house.
I was kind of going, oh.
That's great.
Today, Beth and Arlene are meeting 2 of this month's storytellers at Casanova Bar on Valencia Street. There is just one rehearsal before each show, and this is it.
People always say to me, still to this day, "You should work in radio. You have a really good voice for it." And then the fact is I did work in radio for 4 years, and I quit pretty abruptly.
Jack Bulware is a writer and a founder of the San Francisco literary festival Litquake.
I got started in radio like a lot of people.
Jack will tell a story about quitting his job as a top 40 disc jockey.
This school I went to in Bozeman.
Some of his best material is about music he hated to play and the compromises of commercial radio. That didn't seem funny when it was his life.
It makes me mad to this day that, I used to imagine, like, what is this music like? It's like coming out of the speakers in this, like, saccharine mist, like a cat spraying a doorway, or it was kind of like sticking your nose into a dirty diaper, It was sweet smelling, but it lingered,
Very good. Oh, Jack, how long was that?
Pretty damn funny. It was
Next up, school bus driver Kelly Kegger.
Okay, so my story is about quitting smoking. I decided to quit smoking, I decided to quit 2000. And I just thought it would be a good way to start off the new millennium and everything.
It's a chance for everybody to tell their story and get a sense of how long it's going to take, what works among people, what they're kind of laughing at, what's not working. And then afterwards, we all sit around and give feedback.
Tow truck, you could smoke all day, then you go to your meetings, and you'd be out there smoking with everybody else.
Kelly's prior experience as a performer is limited to her 2 previous appearances at Porchlight.
From the time Beth emails me and tells me what the topic is till I actually go and do the rehearsal, I have no idea. The only time I rehearse it is with Beth and Arlene. I haven't even gone over it really in my head. I just sort of run through little Post-its I put in my brain.
I haven't thought of an ending really yet. I mean, I guess I could just say that was 3 years ago, and I'm still going strong.
Right. And everybody will stand up and cheer.
Crying and
Way
throw
to
the
go,
cigarettes
Kelly.
or something, you know, I don't know.
Right. I mean, I kind of like the strong ending of just like, and I just walked out of that party and I never smoked a cigarette again.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a dork telling people I used to do heroin, but whatever, they're not gonna care.
Well, no, I think that you need to set up, because then it's a really huge thing that you quit smoking because you quit heroin, you know? And
After a year and a half of producing Porchlight, Beth and Arlene have learned that audiences respond to authenticity above all else. So they push their performers to reveal as much as possible.
21 or 22, and then when I got to be about 23, I started doing heroin, and I quit drinking and was just shooting heroin and smoking Camel Lights, and I thought I was so healthy.
So great. Part of the storytelling series, I think, is not only the stories, but the personalities. You know, you want to see how somebody presents themselves, or what kind of light they put on themselves. And I think that Kelly and Jack come from two totally different backgrounds and lifestyles and everything.
And you'd see, like, you're 20, and there's nothing worse when you're 20, you look at people in their 30s or 40s, and you think, God, I hope I don't end up like that. Look at that guy.
I thought it went great. I mean, Jack is hilarious.
And Kelly's going to be great.
And Kelly's always great. And the thing about her is she gets up on stage and just something happens where this everyday, normal story will just turn into something else with the audience.
And something
really
comes
gonna
out
love.
of her on stage that you didn't just see then.
Look at. This is so great. Here, you know, Adam. Jack Robin.
Yeah. Everybody's here.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for coming. Hey everybody, welcome to Porchlight.
There's the 2 weeks of complete worry and panic before all of this. But I never wrote any of it down. I told myself, no, I can't. That's not what this is all about. You just have to, like, jump off the cliff and hope that you sprout wings, you know?
Please welcome him. Jack, get on up here.
What is this, like, job that I want? I looked at this industry newsletter, and there were classified ads for guys all around the United States, just moving around from station to station. One of them said in particular, big pipes, major markets, all formats. And I just imagined, like, who's this guy just driving around from station to station with a big church organ for a throat, you know, just like, what are you doing, news, country, western, heavy metal? I can do it all, no problem, big pipes, I can do it. And the
For
guys
me,
I'm
it just
working with
makes
were,
my life so much richer, just meeting all these people that I wouldn't get a chance to meet otherwise.
I hope I don't end up like that guy. You know what I mean? And they were all divorced.
I think hearing other people's stories is really important culturally and socially, to hear where other people are coming from.
So at some point, I just said, I can't take anymore, and I quit both jobs, and I got in my car, and I drove to San Francisco and got a job washing dishes. Thank you.
I'm feeling nervous, mostly. There's no one else on stage except for you, and all eyes are on you. It's a little nerve-wracking.
So please welcome Kelly Kager.
So as we're walking there, I try and think of more details, and then I'm like, this is stupid. There's no use rehearsing. I'm just gonna get up there and tell the story.
In 2000, I was like, okay, that's it. I'm quitting. If I can quit smoking. About 3 or 4 months into it, I went to Europe for a while, and that's when I really started smoking. Most people, I was like smoking like 3 packs. You could smoke anywhere there. You could smoke on the trains. You could
We found that through doing the shows, people would be talking at the intermission, and it just gets people thinking about their stories, and we realize that it does create this sense of community that we didn't even really necessarily think about when we first started it.
For 21 milligrams, it was for people who smoke 10 or more cigarettes a day, and I was smoking like 2 packs a day. So I kept asking that guy, I was like, well, do you have anything for someone who smokes like 40 cigarettes a day? And he just looked at me like I was a freak, and I was all, so I go, okay, I'll take 2 boxes of the 21 milligram, and then I'll take a pack of Camel Lights. And he's like, okay.